Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today, I'm in the park, just having a relaxed park kind of day. So, it's been a while since we did a park chat, and I figured this was a good time to do a park chat. So I've been back from Disney for a little while now, probably actually about a month. And I did not film a tremendous amount of videos since I've been back. It's just been very, very busy in my non-vlogging life. So I had to take some time to just sort of take care of myself while I was dealing with my non-vlogging life. And unfortunately, it cut into time and mainly energy that I needed to be able to do this. So I'm hoping that things are at a place where it'll be calmer and I can get back to my flow of going out and doing the fun things that I love to do and being able to record and take you all with me. So for now, this is sort of like the re-entry point for me right now. But also going back to my roots a little bit. When I started this vlog, I came to this park a lot and we would have like lunch break chats, and so I figured, why not have a little chat today? So the other day, I went out to get some dinner with a friend, and I had a great time, and the place was really, really delicious. So if anyone is interested, I went to the Great Jones Distillery, which is actually also a restaurant, but they also have their own brand of whiskey, bourbons, and ryes, which I thought was awesome. And then I got, which I thought was amazing. I thought this was like really unique. It's something that you wouldn't think you would find in the middle of New York City. It's located sort of like where the East Village ends and NoHo begins. It's right in that area on Broadway. And they also have a full restaurant, and they had delicious food. So I'll put in a picture. I got the bronzino, which is a fish. It was delicious. I loved it, and I thought it was absolutely delicious. It also came with like green beans in like a tomato kind of a sauce. I loved it. It was so tasty. The skin was like nice and crisp, but the fish was like very tender and flaky. It was like that perfect balance, and like the skin had like this oil, so it was like not dried out at all. So good, so good. And they also had a whiskey tasting, which I did, or was it a bourbon tasting? I don't remember. My palate is not too discerning in these things, but they did have this offering where it was 3 different samplings, and it was like $15 for the 3 different samples. So I thought, why not? I'm at a distillery, give it a try. And I actually was able to taste a difference between them, which I thought that, hey, my palate is being broadened. So that was great. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was sort of like something I was noticing. I got there early, so I had some time to sort of walk around while I was waiting for my friend. And when I was younger, like the East Village was my stomping grounds. Broadway, East 8th Street, Astor Place, St. Mark's Place, like that whole area. That was where I hung out when I was like in my teens and 20s. That was like my go-to neighborhood, and I felt so at home in that neighborhood. And I spent some time walking around there before my friend arrived, and it's changed so much, and it hasn't necessarily changed in parallel with how I've changed, right? Like, we are all works in progress, and we are all changing and evolving all the time, but so are neighborhoods. And what I found interesting was the level of shift. Like, you could find like punk rock, goth, that whole aesthetic used to be so prevalent there, and now it was like not a leather jacket to be found. Like, where are my peoples? And it was just sort of like interesting, sort of like internally reflecting on that, and also paying attention to the shops that were there. All these, like, they used to have so many funky clothing and shoe stores. That was why I loved it so much. The clothing and the shoes were like so on brand, so my style. And it was like, when I couldn't find stuff locally to where I lived, I would like take a trip into the city, and that was where I'd go, and I'd find what I liked that fit my personality. And now so many of them have just shuttered. They don't even exist. I remember like Patricia Fields had a clothing store there that I used to love going to. Doesn't exist anymore. There used to be all these shoe stores, so many shoe stores. None of them are there. And it's like, they've all been replaced with like little food shops. So whether it's like a, not a yogurt, but like a smoothie or like an acai bowl, you know, or like a dim sum or a dumpling place, but they're all food places. They've all been replaced with food shops. And like there's no shortage of good eats in New York, but there seems to be shortages of clothing and shoe stores with a funky aesthetic these days. And I don't know what to make of that. So yeah, I felt not out of place. I didn't feel out of place, but I felt like nostalgic for days gone by, for a time of yesteryear in the village, and like the way things used to be that are no more. And I don't know if they exist anywhere else. Like, is there a place that still exists that has that vibe still? I don't know. I mean, let me know where you live. You know, is there, you know, shops that like have funky clothing or like vintage clothing, or like different colors, or like a punk rock feel to them? Like, I love those kind of shops, and you know, that's not what's popular these days. So there's not a lot of them. There's really not. So if you live in an area and you happen to know of some of these, please let me know, because I do my traveling, right? I get around, and if you know of a place, I'd love to check it out in my travels. So please let me know if you might know where my aesthetic still exists. I'm very curious. But it's very interesting to sort of have the superimposition of like the way the world currently is and the way you remember the world being, and like, hey, wasn't this the blah 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 store? And it's like something so far from what it used to be, and you're like, when did this happen? What is time? How is time? I don't understand. Yeah, that seems to be my motto recently. It's like, what is time? And it's like, you blink and so much time passes. It's a bizarre phenomenon. I feel like when I was younger, time moves so slowly. It's like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z when I'm an adult. And then you get to be an adult and you're like, how is it that I was 20 years ago? Like, what happened? Where did those 20 years go? And it's very bizarre. It's very, very bizarre. I really don't understand. I really don't understand. But I'll just keep existing and doing my own thing and walking to the beat of my own drum. And if people enjoy that, they can come on the journey with me. And if people don't enjoy that, I'm not hurting anybody. So I'll just do my own thing, as I always do. You know, I'm being distracted. There is a little squirrel hopping by with a little nut or a leaf or some sort of nom in his mouth, but he is making these kangaroo leaps. Oh, I think he sees I'm watching him. He knows I am watching him. Yep, there he goes. Sorry, I was totally distracted by that squirrel. I'm still slightly distracted by the squirrel, but you know, I love animals. I love animals. They're so great. There's also people walking their dogs in this park, and I keep going like, ooh, there's puppies. There's puppies. I want a puppy. I'm not home enough for a puppy, but I would love a puppy. But yeah, I ain't home enough for it. It wouldn't be fair to the puppy. It'd be nice if I was allowed to take a puppy to work with me, because then I could have a puppy, but I'm not allowed, so no puppy for me. But I have my fish. Slash is doing well. Slash is my betta fish, and he is fantastic. He is a Royal Crown betta, and he has like all the frills. He's a great fish. He's like really interactive. He knows when I'm in the room with him. He'll like swim over to like the area that I'm at. I love having a fish. He is great. He is a very good companion fish. So, but not furry and fluffy like a puppy would be though, right? But But yeah, animals are fantastic. And I am easily animal distracted. And there are like 3 puppies in this park right now. They're great. They are great. Okay. I will try to focus. 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 Okay. Yeah, so in terms of just like what I've been up to, I'm trying to make plans for like my out and aboutness, but like it's already almost the end of October. We're on the heels of the holidays. The Bryant Park Holiday Market opens the end of October. It opens in 2 weeks. So we are already starting to talk about holiday season in New York. Amazing. I love the holidays in New York. There's always so much going on, so many pretty lights and the trees and festivities and the vibe. It's so great. So some things that I want to be doing or already have plans to be doing, obviously Bryant Park. I want to go skating again. I'm gonna go with my mom to see the Radio City Rockettes for the Christmas Spectacular. I'm super excited for that. I love doing that. If I can get a reservation, maybe I'll go to Santa Land at Macy's. I've never done it. I mean, it's usually for kids, but I have heard that adults do it on their own, and maybe I'll meet Santa. I don't know. We'll see. We'll check out the tree and the lights and the windows. Oh, the windows. Fifth Avenue windows. Yes. Oh, is Tiptoe gonna be back? Tiptoe was in the Macy's window the past 2 years. And for those of you who have seen some of my videos where my fluff is kind of hanging in the background, I have like a stuffed animal of Tiptoe because Tiptoe's amazing. So I wonder if Macy's is gonna use Tiptoe again this year. I don't know. We'll find out. To be continued. We'll find out right after Macy's. Ooh, we could see the balloon inflation. Yeah, we could do that. We could go and see the balloons get inflated before the parade. I've never gone to the actual parade because I'm always celebrating Thanksgiving with my family and I have lots and lots of cooking to do. But you can go over to the American Museum of Natural History right across from Central Park. And the night before the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, they inflate the balloons and you could walk around the outside of the museum and see all the balloons getting inflated. It's really cool. It's really awesome. And it's a great way to like get up close with the balloons, because during the parade, it could get really crowded, like based on, the video and what I've heard. So this is like a way to get much closer to the balloons and see them like in all their splendor and glory. So that's a really awesome thing to do. We could do that. But yeah, 'tis the season. So much going on. Oh, I'm super excited. I love this time of year. Autumn is definitely my favorite time of year. I mean, because of everything that's been going on, I feel like I haven't been able to like really take a deep dive into Halloween this year, which is disappointing, but is what it is. And Halloween's not over yet. It didn't happen yet, so it's not a wash. I could still enjoy. And next month, in addition to Thanksgiving, is actually someone's birthday. Yeah, that's gonna happen next month. And then straight on into holidays. So it's like, got my skates on, I'm ready to go. This is the season for all the good stuff. This is where the good stuff happens. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the journey I've been on. I'm excited that you all come on this journey with me all the time. It's wonderful. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the company and all the interactions. I love when I get like comments on these videos and I get to have these conversations with everyone, and it's fantastic. And I feel the connection when I get those comments and I get to have those interactions. So thank you for that. So I guess it's kind of overcast. It's a little bit of a cloudy day here. I might need to start heading in. It's also dinner time, so I should go take care of my tum-tum. Gotta put some food in it. So I guess with that, I'm done, and I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.